Hello, and welcome to my channel. This session is designed to offer you a real pause, a space where you can slow down, recenter, and allow your nervous system that tends to stay on alert to begin settling, gently, at its own pace. My name is Nicolas Gauthier. I'm a coach and hypnotherapist, and I work with people whose minds rarely fully switch off, even when everything's going well. So you can listen to this session at a time that feels right for you. If you're listening during the day, I suggest staying seated comfortably throughout. If it's the evening and your intention is to fall asleep, you may prefer to lie down. In any case, choose a place where you feel sufficiently safe and free from distractions. Please don't listen to this session while driving or operating machinery. And if you experience severe anxiety, intrusive traumatic memories, or if anything feels overwhelming at any point, simply stop and return your attention to your surroundings. In that case, seeking appropriate support from a qualified health professional is highly recommended. This session does not aim to solve everything. Its purpose is simply to help you pause, reconnect with yourself, and allow your system to shift without pressure. There is nothing to achieve here. There is nothing to prove. No need to perform. You remain fully in charge of your experience. You're free to follow my voice, to let your mind drift at times, to adapt what you hear, or you're free to stop the session whenever that feels right for you. You can silence your notifications and let those around you know you won't be available for the next 20-30 minutes. And when you're ready, we can begin. So settle in a position that allows you to remain comfortable for a while. You may keep your eyes open if you prefer, or you may close them now or in a few moments. You can also open them again at any time during this session. What we're about to do does not require you to give up anything. Not your vigilance, not your clarity, not your ability to observe and understand what's happening. We'll simply explore how your alert system functions, how it activates, how it maintains a certain level of tension. And we'll see whether, somewhere in your body, there might be room for a small adjustment. You stay present with yourself. You keep your discernment. You decide moment by moment what you accept or decline. This is your nervous system, your body, your rhythm. If at any point something doesn't feel right, you can simply not do it. You can adapt, slow down, or stop altogether. There is nothing to force here, nothing to succeed at, only to observe and perhaps allow an adjustment. Now bring your attention to the contact between your body and what supports it, without changing anything, just noticing the weight of your body, the points of contact, the areas of pressure. You may notice that some parts of you make more contact than others, and that's simply information. Take your time exploring these contact points. Your pelvis, your thighs, your calves if you're seated, your back if you're lying down. Each point of contact has its own quality, density, temperature, texture. You're simply mapping what's there. And as you do this, you may begin to notice your breathing without trying to change it, without trying to breathe better. You've been breathing for a long time without thinking about it. And right now, you're just observing how it happens in this moment. Perhaps your breath is high. Perhaps it's shallow. Perhaps it's irregular. That's simply your system's current state. Notice where the main movement of your breath is. Is it your chest? Your belly? Your shoulders? You're not trying to move it, just noticing where it is. You don't have to relax. You don't have to let go of anything. You're simply observing how you're functioning here and now. And this simple observation, this attention to what is, without judgment or correction, already changes something. Hypervigilance scans for what might happen. But right now, you're observing what is. That's a different neural activity. When attention is projected outward, it anticipates potential threats. When attention turns inward, it settles into the present moment, into what is real. Now, if you'd like, begin distinguishing different areas of your body, one at a time. Your right hand, for example. Notice whether it feels tense or not. Warm or cool? Heavy or light? No need for it to be any particular way. Explore this hand slowly. The palm, the fingers, the spaces between them, the wrist. Each millimeter of skin has sensitivity. You don't force sensations to appear. You allow whatever is present or not present. Then your left hand. Same process, same pace, no comparison. You may notice that the two hands don't feel exactly the same, and that's normal. Your body isn't symmetrical in its states. Your forearms now, scanning from the inside, noticing vibration, stillness, pulsation, or nothing at all. Your shoulders. This area often carries a lot. On a scale from 1 to 10, where would you place the tension right now? You're not changing it, just noticing it. Your neck, your jaw, your forehead. For each area, you can ask the same question. What's the level of tension here right now? And you're creating a map of your internal state. A factual map, without commentary. You may notice a tension at 8 out of 10 and simply note it as such. No need to push it to 5. No judgment. Your system has reasons for being tense. Reasons that were valid. perhaps still are. Before anything shifts, what's here needs to be recognized. So you acknowledge it. You validate the information. Your system has worked hard. It has monitored, anticipated, predicted. You can recognize that effort with respect. Now, make a second pass through the body, the same areas, and this time, simply noticing whether anything has changed, even slightly, or not at all. Both are valid information. Now we'll explore something together. Identify an area where tension is present, but not at its maximum. Not the most intense spot. An intermediate, accessible area. Take your time choosing. There's no right or wrong choice. Once identified, stay with it. Explore one quality of this sensation, just one. Density, temperature, shape, movement. You don't need to describe everything. One clear element is enough. Stay with it long enough for it to become familiar. It may change slightly, or it may stay exactly the same. Both responses are fine. Now notice the area surrounding this tension, just around it. Is it different there? Similar? Observe the contrast, if any. You may notice that this tension doesn't exist in isolation. It's part of a network. Now gradually widen your attention from that point to the whole region. If it was the shoulder, include the upper back. If it was the jaw, include the whole head. Observe how the parts relate. You're not intervening. You're mapping relationships. And throughout, your breathing continues without your control. This observation itself creates stability. You're here. You're breathing. And that's enough. Now return to the original area and ask it one question, gently, without expectation. If this area were to adjust slightly, how much could it adjust? Half a point? A quarter? Less? More? You wait. Sometimes the system responds immediately, and sometimes it takes time. Sometimes not at all. All responses are valid. If you notice even a tiny shift, welcome it. Don't judge its size. 1% is already regulation. Stay with it. Let it integrate. If nothing happens, respect that information. You may choose another, even more accessible area, or simply continue observing. Now widen your attention to your whole body. Scan again and notice any changes or none. Map the present moment. and you may realize something important. Your internal state is not fixed. Even subtle movement matters. Hypervigilance often feels permanent. Here, you experience that regulation is possible, even in small doses. So return to your breathing without controlling it. If you'd like, experiment gently. Allow your exhale to be slightly longer than your inhale. Just a little. Like softly blowing on a candle without extinguishing it. 3 times. Observe the effect, if any. Then let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Now I would like to review what happened without evaluation. Observation itself is learning. This experience is recorded just not cognitively, but somatically. Because regulation is a process. It's a practice. And it may be one step in that process. So now choose a simple gesture, discreet and easy, like a hand on your chest, or on your belly, or a light pressure between your fingers. Make this gesture now, associating it with this state of observation. And repeat it a few times. And later, when tension rises, you may use this again, along with a few gentle exhales. Not as a guarantee, as an invitation. In a moment, you will return fully to your usual state of alertness. You haven't lost anything. Your clarity remains. Your intelligence remains. You've simply added an option. So begin moving your fingers and your toes. Stretch gently if needed. Really take your time transitioning. And when ready, open your eyes. You're here, present, intact. And this may be exactly what your system needs right now. So if this session was useful, you're welcome to support the channel by liking or subscribing. It helps me continue offering this kind of work. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.